and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I am here in Ponytown on my default island because today we're going to be doing something quite interesting. We're going to do another episode of Extreme Ponytown Makeover something, I don't know, but we're gonna be making over the default house. Now, in a previous video, I remodeled the default island, the default map, which is where I am right now. All of this stuff was different for that video. If you guys want to check that out, you can. I'll link it in the top right corner, that little card or whatever like that, and you guys can check it out and see how I would remodel the island if I was the person that did that or whatever like that. But today we're gonna take a look at the inside of this party house and the ugly default that it is, and we're gonna remodel it to a new default thing. So I do hope that you'll enjoy that and everything like that. Pretty much we're just gonna do like a quick little speed run through of this. You're gonna see like a time lapse of me changing things in this party house, and then right at the end I'll explain some certain things about what I did with the house overall. So I hope you'll enjoy that, and I guess I'll get started and go ahead and go straight into the little time lapse there. Alrighty, so after all of that work, it is time to present you the makeover of the default house. I'm gonna go in a moment, and we're gonna take a little tour. I'm gonna tell you my explanation for certain things and why they are the way they are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go inside. This is the entrance. Of course, we have ourselves a little doormat here right at the beginning. I just feel like that just is standard, like you're just basically gonna have that no matter what. I decided right off the bat, one of the first things I wanted to do is put this little nature area over here, and the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to tell the player, or show the player, that hey, you know, even though you're inside, you can use some of the stuff that you place outside on the inside of your house. I imagine during like summer, spring, or whatever like that, every single one of these rose bushes would be like a different colored rose as well. Just something small like that kind of tells the player like, hey, you can get any colored rose here from your default house. As well, like, hey, you can place outside things inside, and I think that's important to tell the player. As well as to immediately show them that, hey, you know, you can place all kinds of different kinds of tiles and stuff like that. As you can see, I have like 3 different kinds of wood here, some grass, there's even some dirt underneath this doormat and stuff like that, which I don't know, probably should change, but it is what it is right now. I decided to combine these 2 rooms here. For some reason, beforehand, these 2 rooms were separated, obviously, but this room that was originally in like this general area right here was completely empty, and it got me wondering, like, why is that room empty? So I decided that I would combine these 2 rooms and fill it out with some more storage space and some things that you can kind of interact with and stuff like that. I decided that, hey, maybe we can put some more types of boxes here that you can interact with, such as the party item box. I feel like the party item box definitely deserves to be in the party house. I feel like that's just what it should be. I also figured I would go ahead and put like this crystal thing here, because maybe they're like doing some kind of crystal work or something like that. As well as I decided to put the basket here, because again, I feel like the baskets should be something that is something that you can obviously grab or whatever like that. So obviously I can't drop this because it's a rare item now. Yeah, I figured that would be a good idea to kind of put some stuff like that there. As well, leave the toolbox the way it is, because of course there shouldn't be any way to just necessarily just remove it completely. It should be in the default house. I decided to leave this little table set up here because I figured the idea behind this originally for the devs was probably something along the lines of like, hey, here's a seating area for you and all your friends to sit at and kind of chat, and you're all in one spot right there. It's really easy to turn this into like a mafia table as well. There's couple of bedrooms and stuff like that, it'll be easy for people to turn this into like a little meeting area, a little game meeting area or something, if you will. So I figured this would be a good idea to just leave there. I did rearrange it and kind of adjust it slightly. I think that would be important just simply because of the fact that it kind of shows players that, hey, this is my assigned seat. As well, it kind of shows them that you can indeed change the color of carpets and stuff like that. So I feel like that's important. I forgot to do that in the time lapse, so forgive me for that. But all those different color, everything like that. I decided to put like a tiny little kitchen area right here because there was a lot of empty space over here after adjusting stuff and things like that. So I decided to put this little kitchen area right here. You can get some bananas, some mangoes, some cookies or some muffins, that sort of thing. Stuff like that. I also decided to remove this middle room here because it just had like a handful of carpets and that was it. It wasn't doing anything. So I figured I'd remove those and turn this into like a nice, again, like little meeting area, a little sitting area where you can chat with your friend or whatever like that. And it's nice and cozy. The fireplace would turn off during the day and turn on during the night, kind of showing the player that, hey, these things kind of change depending on the time, as well as just like the windows, they also change based on what time it is. So I figured that'd be a good little thing as well. So it's another indicator that, hey, it's no longer night. So that's kind of the thought process of that and everything like that. A couple of houseplants to tie everything together, and of course a bedroom. I decided to put 2 beds here because I don't know, it just felt like it needed 2 beds, like a big bed. Everyone wants a big bed, right? No one wants a small bed. So put double beds here. I decided to do this little thing here. Something that I thought of as I was messing with this is this little object, this little table technically goes outside the boundary, but you can't actually see it. So if I zoom out, you can't actually see it outside the boundary unless you hover over it. And I think that's a good thing to kind of show the player, like if they do try to go and edit this and everything like that, and they notice that this is halfway outside into the void, I think that'll kind of tell the player like, hey, I can do that, and maybe I can make something really weird happen when I do that. And it will kind of get them experimenting and playing around with all kinds of items and seeing how far out they can shove it into the void. Because I remember when I originally played the game, not when I originally played the game, but when they originally made the party house and everything like that, I decided to try and do this just to see if it was possible. And I came up with all kinds of weird, wacky things that you were able to shove halfway out into the void and do cool things like that with. Of course, just another little seating spot here. I guess if you wanted to be alone, you could have a little seating spot here by yourself, just to tie the room together. Plenty of extra space if you wanted to edit yourself and kind of adjust that or whatever like that. And then, of course, we have this room over here. You're probably wondering why this room is completely blank with just black carpet. The reason why I left this blank is because of the same reason why I theorize why this room over here was originally blank. My theory on that is that Ponytown wanted the players to easily access this and immediately edit a room and immediately be able to put something together instead of having to clear out a bunch of stuff, which honestly, that's one of the challenges when you have to make like a default island or a default house or something like that. Not everyone knows that you can do /clear house or /clear map or whatever like that to clear everything at once. So some people are gonna grab their broom and they're gonna slowly delete everything one by one. So if you put too many things, you might end up annoying the player and having that little issue there. There isn't really a way to kind of show that to the player immediately, so hopefully in the future we'll have some kind of clear indicator that you can immediately clear the map or clear the island or whatever like that you're wanting to do. That way the players that are new and don't know that command exists will know that it exists and be able to edit things much faster. So that's kind of why I left this room blank, is because I wanted a player to be able to come in here and, you know, easily wipe out this little living room area, which again is intentionally left mostly blank, so that the player can come in here, delete like a handful of things, and then start making something themselves. Especially with this empty room, all they have to do is delete that little lantern in the middle, and then they can do whatever they want with this room without having to do whatever they want outside of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the tour. That's pretty much it for the house. That's kind of my thought process for everything like that. I was going to put some tools and stuff around that, like next to this toolbox, but I figured that would probably be a bad idea because you would accidentally grab those tools instead of tapping the toolbox and everything like that. But overall, this is what we have. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments below. If you guys want any kind of explanations, or if you have any kinds of questions or anything like that about this house or whatever like that, let me know in the comments below as well. So I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share, do all of those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. No, it's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.